This is called Letter to Grandma, A Punk's Tale by John Stephenson. It's about a guy thanking his grandmother in a letter for biologically sending him some drugs in jail, smuggling it in, if you know what I mean, by people pulling weekends. It's called A Letter to Grandma, A Punk's Tale. Dear Mrs. Jenkins, first of all, Jeff's package came in good this week. It arrived all in one piece this time. Jeff has a hell of a tolerance for opiates because last week the condom broke in the oxycodone section. If he didn't have such a tolerance, it would have been the second tragic death in the family. His jail time's about up, then I'll have to find me a new mule, but I'm a good recruiter and have a nose for the ones with the gift. Jeff's pretty good for a young punk, but when he gets out, tell him to get over himself. What do you call it? Exhibitionism? Grandma, he likes us all to stand around while he makes his deposit. Thanks for the Roxy's. I prefer M-Box to V-Cut, and yes, the meth is very good. I used to like crack better because it kept the half-fags at bay at third base, but meth is fucking great. Home run, yeah. Any guy, anytime, any day. Jeff and I have developed a good bond. I remember months ago when I helped him learn how to appropriately apply wet fireball to his lips. Besides attempting to color up his sizable rosebud on occasion, he's getting pretty good at jailhouse Mary Kay. But those were the good old days. It's been weeks since they let us get any fireballs. It happened in the laundry room when we were sewing last month. May got the idea while trying to thread her needle. Next thing I know, she's holding a jumbo fireball necklace like she's in an infomercial. I told her she couldn't take them with her. She said, "No, I want my beads. I'll hide them." She never listens to me, and to beat it all, she got flagged for a cavity search because, get this, he wasn't walking funny. She's my favorite gang member. See, we got this new gang, to protect ourselves. We call it the Chain Gang. It's been the Daisy Chain Gang and Daisy's Gang, but I like the Chain Gang the best. It has that jailhouse feel to it. Also, it's funny, because what are we all going to do? Bump asses? She's the main gang member you want in a fight. She's the one that scares them all away with her wind-up slapping motions, softball slapping motions. I know it's not scary, but it serves to annoy and make everyone feel like, please stop. About me, I'm doing very well. The saying goes, only gay for the stay. I try to do my good Christian duty and accommodate the needs for all the new inmates. Delicious. Gosh, Grandma, I'm starting to sound like you. I'm also trying to look on the bright side like you. I might have gotten 10 years, but a lot of hot rednecks are going to be very pleased in that time frame. And I know you aren't smiling. Thanks for buying us a fresh deck of Uno cards. I can't donate the used ones to the Salvation Army like you do, but I could trade the old ones to the guy who runs the jailhouse poker game for meth. Beside the wows and such having special value, one normal card, regardless of its numerical value, equals 2 soups. We let Kara in the Uno game again. Letting them do the tush shake every time they use a reverse card is kind of annoying, but they look so sad not playing. By the way, I knew you were trying to get adjusted to the whole pronoun thing, but you should have never let them use thee, thy, or thine. I know he says he's a Christian, but I had to stop from using them because he was throwing them around salaciously. Come on, get thee behind me, redneck. But I did just as you told me to, Grandma. I looked at them and asked them to point to the part of their body where they wanted the mud hole to be stomped into, and then remind them I'm best at blood holes. My favorite for all stop is to tell a guy that if he don't quit, I'll knock him out and drop a cock in his mouth. They know I'm crazy and determined enough to try real hard, and most of the time then, they leave me alone. Please start calling May, them, or they. Yes, he's Christian, but there's no room in this world to let anyone empower themselves with Old Testament pronouns. Think of his on-paper diagnosis when you talk to him. The plural would be kind of appropriate, wouldn't it? In closing, I love you. Thanks for adopting all us boys. Well, at least until the gender thing. Thank you for imposing the good Catholic duty in yourself by taking us in all of us sugar britches when no one else would. You tried, Grandma. As you could see from the news, Father Bob sure could pick them or make them. Actually, both. It's a shame. They should have known he was a pervert when he didn't want to be called Father Robert. But it's okay. I learned to deal with all my emotional and mental torture by becoming a dirty little whore. Thank you for loving us boys well, or at least until the gender thing hit. Remember when Rick wanted to identify as a spatula and was about to get on Fox News? Good times. He's the only one of us that might take a wife, but only for the spanking fetish. We think she likes women in the fetish because Bob spanked him so much. I try to stay positive. The reason we never told you about the abuse is because we loved you, needed you, and thought we'd be taken away. So it's like that. But I know you love us. The question is, how the hell could you? Love is too painful enough to feel for a pretty or a nice person. But it's okay. I'm not in a better place, but I adapted. I love sex with men. And thank you for allowing me, if not to be completely comfortable with my sexuality, to deal with it. Humor. Humor yourself through the truth, especially because it hurts. I know that's one of your original sayings. I love you. Thank you for your care packages through Jeff. He's a true weekend warrior now. He's earned his skid stripes. But please put him in his place. He's been making us sing Sit Next to Me by Foster the People when he sits on the can to squirt. When the lyric, say the word, now part the sea, comes up, he times it with the plopping of the Trojan Magnum. Tell Willie thanks for doing a good job of packing Jeff's suitcase. I learned a lot from you, Grandma. Humor is key, and yours is infectious. Remember we were all calling each other power bottoms? Remember how you made us start saying superfruits? They're starting to say that everywhere now, Grandma. I heard on the radio the other day something about to make sure you get your daily dose of superfruit. I should use that as my logo. We might have disappointed you, Grandma, but the fact that no one was surprised makes you even more special. I try to take after you. Yes, I got jokes, but they help. After asking the jail nurse for a pregnancy test too many times, I now get to see the nice gender doctor 2 times a month and get prescribed Seroquel. The meth heads love Seroquel for sleep. I trade them for meth. And no, Grandma, no one ever has to trade a meth head anything for sex. They fuck anything. Tell Jeff the powers of the superfruit is with him. No one knows he's smuggling anything in. And thank you for holding us down and all, Grandmother. Love, Reginald. Thank you.